Switzerland, a land of towering peaks, tranquil valleys, and storybook villages. Settle in and let's experience the unreal beauty of Switzerland together. As the sun rises, the mountain silhouette stands out against the morning sky, a symbol of Switzerland's wild beauty. At its base lies Zermatt, a charming car-free village where life moves to a simpler, slower rhythm. Zermatt offers comfort and warmth. Every sunrise here is a new masterpiece. Jungfraujoch, known as the top of Europe, is where two mighty peaks converge in a world of white. At 3,454 meters, we arrived at the highest railway station in Europe, perched above the clouds. The air is thin, the silence profound, and the scale of nature humbling. Peaks fill the horizon, and on clear days, you can see into France, Germany, and Italy, a panorama like no other. Inside the mountain, the ice palace awaits, shimmering blue corridors and glowing ice walls carved by hand. This is a place of extremes, raw, elemental, and breathtakingly beautiful. Standing here, you feel the privilege of witnessing nature's grandeur up close. A memory that lingers long after you leave. The Schilthorn, an iconic peak renowned for its cinematic legacy and awe-inspiring vistas. At the summit, a breathtaking 360-degree panorama reveals itself over 200 alpine peaks, with the legendary Eiger, Mons, and Jungfrau dominating the horizon. Step into the skyline walk, a glass-floored platform that juts out over the abyss, offering a dizzying view straight down to the valley floor. It's a thrilling perspective you won't find anywhere else. Perfect for those seeking a rush in adrenaline. The Schilthorn is a perfect blend of adventure, cinematic story, and natural beauty. Some mountains are known for their beauty, others for their formidable reputation. The Eiger is bold. Its north face, the north wind, rises nearly a mile. One of the mountaineering's great and most dangerous challenges, a vertical wall that has captured imaginations for generations. From villages like Grindelwald and Wengen, the mountain looms above peaceful meadows and wooden chalets, a constant companion to daily life, shaping the rhythm of the region. The Eiger Trail lets you walk along the base of the north face, feeling the chill in the air and hearing the distant sound of rockfall connecting you to the mountain's raw energy. The Jungfrau Railway even offers a glimpse from inside the mountain. Windows carved into the rock reveal the Northland up close, a rare perspective on this legendary peak. At the summit of the Schilthorn, a truly unique experience awaits. Dining at Piz Gloria, the world's first revolving restaurant at this altitude. The restaurant's floor rotates gently, offering a full 360 view with every meal, so the scenery is always changing. The restaurant's cinematic history adds a touch of glamour. This was setting for a classic James Bond film. You can even order the James Bond brunch, a playful nod to its movie legacy. Lake Geneva, a vast crescent of blue straddling Switzerland and France. This iconic body of water, known locally as Lac Léman, is more than just a lake. It's a living tapestry of culture, history, and natural beauty. Locals and travelers alike gather along the waterfront, enjoying the peaceful rhythm of the waves and the vibrant city life that pulses just beyond the water edge. The city gives away the Lavox vineyard, where terraced slopes catch the sun and reflect the lake's light. These UNESCO-listed vineyards have been cultivated for centuries. Further along, Montreux nestles in a sheltered bay, its creative spirit fueled by breathtaking views. Castles like Chateau de Chillon rise from the water, their reflection shimmering, a fairy tale fortress guarding centuries of stories. Whether you are exploring historical towns, savoring local wines, or simply sitting by the shore, the lake's tranquility seeps into your soul. Lake Lucerne, the Viewer Startersee, the lake of the Four Forests Canton. The city of Lake Lucerne sits at the lake's western end, its medieval heart defined by the iconic chapel bridge and water tower. Paddle streamers glide from the city, revealing hidden bays and villages unreachable by roads. Waves busking at the foot of Mount Rigi feels almost Mediterranean. The lake's clarity is astonishing, fed by pure mountain streams, a sanctuary for aquatic life and a source of pride for locals. Cogwheel railways and cavalcades ascend Pilatus and Rigi, offering breathtaking views of the lake's intricate shapes. Lake Lucerne is more than scenery, it's a birthplace of a nation, a living link to Switzerland's origin. Burnish Ola, while Lake Thun glows with a surreal turquoise, framed by the Eiger, Munch, and Jungfrau. The city of Thun, crowned by its medieval castles. Its unique raised sidewalks and flower-covered bridge set the stage for the lake's breathtaking panorama. The northern shore, known as the Riviera, is dotted with sunlit villages like Hilterfingen and Oberhofen. Across the lake, Spiez boasts its own castle and a bay often called the most beautiful in Europe. The legendary St. Badis cave, once said to a house of a dragon, a touch of mate. Lake Thun is more than a beautiful lake.
It's a promise of adventure, a threshold between rolling hills and alpine giants. This is the turquoise gateway to Switzerland's wild heart. Fed by glacier river and few settlements, Brienz is one of Switzerland's cleanest lakes. The village of Brienz at the stern end is famed for its woodcutting tradition and beautifully preserved chalets. The Brienz-Rotterdam, a historic steam railway, climbed the mountainside, revealing even more spectacular views of the lake below. On the opposite shore, the Giesbeck Falls tumble through the forest, a series of cascades ending in the lake. The tiny village of Eiselwald, with its castle-tipped peninsula, is a haven of tranquility, perfect for watching paddle steamers glide by. Lake Brienz is a sanctuary for those seeking peace and connection to the nature. Rhine Falls, the most powerful waterfall in Europe. The sound is overwhelming, a deep, constant roar you feel in your chest. In the middle, a huge rock rises tall. Boats fight through rough water to reach it. Once there, you can climb to the top and stand with waterfall all around you. The landscape is lush, nourished by the spray, with slush Laufen castles twist above. Boat tour depart from here, their bright color contrasting with churning river. Imagine a river not of water but of solid ice. This is the Great Aletsch Glacier, the largest glacier in the Alps. It flows for about 22 kilometers, a silent, majestic serpent of white and blue. The ice is born high in the mountains from snow that fell centuries ago, compact and transformed over time. Two dark stripes run down the center of the glacier, known as medial moraine, formed by rocks and debris carried along by the ice. Standing here, you feel a profound sense of connection to the deep, geological time of our planet. But this great river of ice is also fragile, a sensitive indicator to our planet's changing climates. The Great Aletsch Glacier is not just ice, it is a symbol of nature's grandeur and its delicate balance. Hidden within a small nature park in Brienz is a gem of extraordinary color, blush or beauty. The lake is fed by underground spring and the water is so clear that you can see right to the bottom, revealing smooth stone and fallen branches beneath the surface. Depending on the time of day, the lake can appear to glow, shifting from rich sapphire to a bright, almost electric blue. According to the legend, a broken-hearted maiden once wept so many tears into the lake that it turned blue forever. The lake is surrounded by dense, mossy forest with ancient trees and thick underground, creating a fairy tale atmosphere. One of those highlights is a gentle ride on a glass-bottom boat which glides silently across the lake. The lake's incredible color and clarity have a calming effect on the mind, making it a perfect shot of quiet reflection. High above the charming village of Candlestick lies a lake of breathtaking beauty, Ores Kenyansi, a true turquoise jewel. The lake is cradled in a vast, bowl-shaped valley surrounded by towering cliffs that rise dramatically from the water's edge. To reach Ores Kenyanse is an adventure in itself. A scenic gondola ride whisks you up the mountain, followed by a gentle walk through the alpine meadows to the lake shore. You can rent a traditional wooden rowing boat and glide across the calm, cold water surrounded by the silence and grandeur of the mountains. In the summer months, brave souls might take a quick, icy dip into the lake's crystal clear water, a refreshing and exhilarating experience. At the sunrise, the lake is especially magical, with the calm water reflecting the dramatic mountain scenery. It's a place that invites peaceful reflection, where the beauty of nature is both humbling and inspiring. Jura Mountains, a region often overshadowed by the towering Alps, but one that holds its own unique magic and grandeur. Nestled within these mountains, we find Creux-des-Vents, one of Switzerland's most breathtaking nature wonders. The Creux-des-Vents is a massive, nature's rock cirque, often described as nature's own amphitheater. Standing at the edge, you can truly appreciate the scale and symmetry of the natural formation. The Creux-des-Vents was shaped by the slow, relentless power of erosion. At the heart of the cirque lies a lush forested area home to the Fountain Fall. The high cliffs are a sanctuary for wildlife, most notably a colony of ibis, the sheer-footed mountain goats that are often seen navigating the steep rock faces. If you are lucky, you might spot them dazzling right on the edge of precipices. Reaching the Creux-des-Vents requires a bit of effort, a hike through the Jura forest and meadows, but the journey is a part of adventure. In the early morning, mist often clings to the cliffs, giving the amphitheater an ancient, almost mystical atmosphere. Up close, you can see the intricate texture and layer in the limestone, each telling a story of time and transformation. There is a valley in Switzerland that seems to have been plucked directly from fantasy novel, the Lauterbrunnen Valley. It is one of the most impressive U-shaped valleys in the Alps, with giant sheer cliffs rising on either side. The name Lauterbrunnen means many fountains, and it's a fitting description. There are 72 waterfalls in the valley, cascading from the cliffs into the valley floor below. The most famous of these is the Staubbach Falls, which bounces almost 300 meters from the overhanging cliffs. The Staubbach Falls is a mesmerizing sight, with water turning into mist before reaching the bottom. Deeper inside the valley lie the Trummelbach Falls, a series of 10 glacial waterfalls hidden inside a mountain. The village of Lauterbrunnen itself a charming base of exploration. The constant presence of falling water defines this place, making it a unique and unforgettable beauty. Trummelbach is a sensory immersion. The roar is felt as much as air, vibrating through your body. It's a refreshing reminder of the power of nature. Each platform offers a new perspective, a churning cauldron below, a mesmerizing dance of water and rock. A torrent erupts from above, a testament to the relentless force of water. This water is born from ancient ice released as the sun warmed the glaciers.
Trummelbach changes your perception, revealing the dynamic process beneath the serene surface. Driving the Susten Pass is an act of meditation. Its curve and gradient demand your full attention, inviting a true appreciation to the journey. Along the way, numerous stopping points offer unique and breathtaking views. Each stop adds a new layer of depth to the journey, inviting you to pause and take it all in. As you descend the other side, the road unwinds in a series of sweeping bends, revealing the vast expanse of the Gatman Valley below. The Susten Pass is only open in summer. For the rest of the year, it's buried under the deep snow, reclaimed by winter's silence. More than anything, the Susten Pass inspires wonder, a road that transports you to a world of immense scale and beauty. Our journey now takes us to the Arosha, a resort town nestled at the very end of the Saas-Fee Valley. The approach to Arosha is an adventure in itself. The route winds its way through dense forests and charming alpine hamlets, each turn revealing new vistas and a growing sense of peaceful seclusion. As you climb higher, the air grows crisper and the world below seems to fall away. Arriving in Arosha feels like stepping into a highland sanctuary. The village is cradled in a sunny blue, surrounded on all sides by majestic peaks. It's a place where the hustles and bustles of everyday life feels worlds away. At the heart of Arosha are two tranquil lakes. These lakes are the soul of the village, offering a peaceful retreat for visitors and locals alike. From the village, a network of trail leads through fragrant pine forests and vibrant wildflower meadows. The local communities focus on conservation adds a meaningful layer to the experience. Here, people work together to protect their natural heritage, ensuring that Arosha remains a sanctuary for generations to come. It's a place to escape the noise, recharge your spirit, and reconnect with the rhythm of nature. Saas-Fee, the pearls of the Alps, a village that feels like it's being plucked straight from a storybook. Saas-Fee is encircled by 13 peaks soaring above 4,000 meters, creating a breathtaking natural amphitheater that's both dramatic and serene. One of the most unique things about Saas-Fee is its car-free policy. Vehicles are left at the entrance of the village, and from there, quiet electric carts and footpaths take over, making it a heaven for pedestrians.
Instead of engines, you will hear the gentle sounds of cowbells and church bells echoing through the valley. Despite its popularity, Saas-Fee has managed to retain its authentic alpine character, with historic grain store and centuries-old buildings. Saas-Fee. It's a place where the power and pitch of the mountains meet. Valle Verzasca in Ticino. A sun-drenched valley with a river of unbelievable clarity. This hidden gem is tucked away in Switzerland's Italian-speaking region, where the landscape feels almost otherworldly. The Verzasca river flows over smooth stone, creating emerald and turquoise hues. At Laterzzo, the double-arched Ponte de Salti bridged the river, a scene of fantasy, history, and natural beauty. In summer, the riverbanks comes alive with laughter, picnics, and the thrill of plunging into the refreshing water. Olive trees and chestnut forests thrive here, giving the area a unique blend of Swiss and Italian charm. The gentle flow of water and the quiet of the mountains create a meditative atmosphere. Zermatt, nestled deep within the Pennine Alps, the air is crisp and pure, and the absence of cars preserves the village's tranquil spirit. Silent electric cars glide through the street, but the true icon is Matterhorn, a jagged pyramid that dominates the skyline. Seeing the Matterhorn in person is humbling. Its mood shifts with the light, from dawn golden glow to sunset's dramatic silhouette. Local says, no, 2 days look the same, but it's easy to believe as the mountain transforms before your eyes. For a new perspective, the Gornagat Railway climbs high above the village, revealing a panorama of snow-capped peaks and the vast Gornagat Glacier. In spring, wildflowers blanket the hillsides, while autumn brings a golden glow to the large trees.
Zermatt is not just a destination, it's a haven in the heart of the wilderness, where the power and the beauty of the Alps are ever present. Grindelwald sits beneath the legendary Eiger, Mons, and Jungfrau, a valley alive with adventure. Here, the mountains rise like ancient guardians, their snowy crowns glistening in the morning light. As you arrive, the sheer scale of the peaks is humbling, and the village below feels like a hidden world waiting to be explored. Every season brings new energy. Winter's powdery slopes, summer's wildflower meadows, and autumn's golden larch. Grindelwald blends rustic farmhouse with modern hotels, always in harmony with the peaks and glaciers. Ride the gondola to first for sky-high views, the thrilling cliffs walk, and tranquil Bahafsi, a lake that mirrors the mountains. This is the heart of the glacier village, where every visit is a new adventure, and the mountains call you back again and again. Wengen, a magical village reached only by a charming cogwheel railway winding up the mountainside. Carefree and quiet, the village lets the subtle sound of the Alps shine through birdsong, distant cowbells, and the gentle rustle of the wind. The Starbuck Falls cascade down the cliffs, their spray turning to mist in the wind, adding a touch of magic to the landscape. Walking paths invite exploration, offering dramatic perspective and moment of wonder at every turn. These foster a unique sense of community and a feeling of being in the world apart, where neighbors greet each other and time slows down. Wengen is a restorative sanctuary for those weary of modern life, a place to find peace and inspiration. Maren, a village truly suspended between earth and the sky. The village is car-free, compact, and feels like a well-kept secret, preserved from the modern world.
Life here follows a unique rhythm, shaped by isolation and self-sufficiency. In the village, life is gentle and unhurried, with hiking trails leading to dramatic viewpoint and flower-filled valleys. Visitors are greeted with a friendly grazie, and the village's intimacy is palpable. Maran invites you to reflect, to marvel, and to find peace in extraordinary. Appenzell, in the heart of the Appenzeller land. Appenzell is renowned for its beautifully preserved, brightly painted buildings, each a work of Flocker. Traditions thrives here. Appenzell still practices the Landsgemeinde, an open-air assembly where citizens vote by hand. Dairy farms dot the hills, and the sound of cow bells is ever present. Trail winds through pastures, leading to mountains inns offering hearty local food. The village's charm lies in its harmonious relationship between people and land. Here, beauty is found in painted shutters, tended gardens, and traditional costumes. Appenzell welcomes visitors with warmth, inviting them to linger and savor its unique culture. It's a place that celebrates the small, beautiful things in life. As we live, we carry memories of its color, hills, and living costumes. Arsner Valley, at the crossroad village of Andermatt, a place where history, nature, and adventure converge in the heart of the Swiss Alps. For centuries, Andermatt was a vital passage where the Overalp, St. Gotthard, and Forca passes converge. Roman legends, medieval merchants, and generation of resilience, locals have all left their mark here. The village church stands as a beacon formed by towering peaks, its bells echoing through the village, a reminder of faith and community in this remote landscape. In winter, cycles glide through fresh, deep snow, waving between tall, old pine trees. In summer, hikers explore trails to hidden turquoise lakes and panoramic vistas, discovering secret corners of the Alps that few ever sees. The legendary Devil's Bridge, spanning the Skolonen Gorge, is a marvel of engineering and folklore.
Andermatt is not just a destination, it's experience a powerful encounter with the wild heart of the Alps. The enchanting village of Soglio, which is perched high above the breathtaking Bargalia Valley. Soglio is often referred to as the balcony of the paradise. The village clings tenaciously to the mountainside, with its stone houses and winding alleys gazing out at the jagged square peak. Herds are notably absent here. Pitch reigns supreme, broken only by the gentle twirling of church bells and the shooting sound of fountain. At the heart of Soglio lies the historic Palazzo Salis, its walled garden a sanctuary of blooming roses and even giant sequoias. Granite houses, silvered with age, line the covered lane and hidden courtyards, each telling a story of past. These structures are a testament to the village's enduring charm. Ancient chestnut forests surround the village. They are towering trees, a living link to centuries of tradition and histories. From Soglio, the Bargalia Valley unfolds below a ribbon of water, dotted with charming villages. Soglio teaches you to slow down, to savor the intricate details, delicate ironwork, the play of sunlight on ancient stone, and the rich taste of local cheese. Guarda, nestled high in the lower Engadine Valley, a village that feels as if it has stepped straight out of a storybook and into the present days. Guarda means loop in Romansh, and the village truly lives up to its name, watching over the valley below and preserving its ancient culture with quiet pride. The art of sgraffito, intricate design scratched into colored plasters, transform every house into a unique work of art. These patterns and motifs tell stories of family, faith, and traditions passed down through generations, making the village itself a living gallery. The village is famous as the setting for the beloved children's story, A Bell for Urсли, and for its vibrant Chalendamars festival, where children parade through the streets, ringing cowbells to chase away the last trace of winter and welcoming spring return. Here, traditions are not just remembered, they are lived day by day and shared between young and old. In summer, wildflower blanket the meadows in vibrant color, and the gentle sound of cowbells echoes through the valley, creating a symphony unique to this alpine heaven.
the banks of the Rhine to Stein am Rhine, a town so vibrantly decorated it feels like a living fantasy. The old town's main square, Rathausplatz, is lined with half-timbered buildings covered in colorful frescoes, each telling a story of history, legend, and civic pride. Stein am Rhine's prosperity comes from its strategic location and status as a free imperial city reflected in its ornate facades. Above, Hohenkinden Castle offers panoramic views of red roofs, the winding river, and the rolling countryside. St. George's Abbey, a beautifully preserved monastery, holds the oldest Renaissance frescoes north of the Alps. To truly experience Stein and Rhine, imagine the lives of those who walked these cobblestones centuries ago. More cold. In sun-drenched Ticino, a village that feels straight from the Mediterranean. The approach by water is unforgettable, a perfect blend of nature and architecture, crowned by the Church of Santa Maria del Seso. Climb the monumental staircase, over 400 steps, to the church's terrace of breathtaking views of the lake and mountains. Parcours, a whimsical botanical garden, adds to Marcourt's dreamlike quality with exotic plants and miniature temples. To experience Marcourt is to embrace a slower pace, savoring simple pleasures and the village's romantic, tranquil atmosphere. If you like this video, then subscribe this channel and like this video. See you soon.